Now let's begin with the second section of our lecture, which is Introduction to Emergency Medicine. And in this section, now we will discuss about the physical examination of the patient, diagnosis, and then the differential diagnosis. Remember, in emergency department, we don't have much time to go in the details if the patient comes in really emergency. And then we need to go for the diagnosis quick and exclude all the differential diagnosis that can be present. So we should know how to diagnose and what are the different differential diagnostic conditions, and also the basic principles of treatment in emergency. So first, the physical examination, general appearance. The first thing we should know in the emergency department, quick general appearance of the patient, which gives us the idea that the patient is conscious, patient is responding, patient is breathing normally, and patient is aware of the circumstances. So quick general appearance of the patient is very important. Vital signs, which include in the vital signs we have breathing, respiration, pulse, TPR. TPR comes under the vital signs. Then we have blood pressure also. So we look for the pulse, look for the respiration, breathing of the person, and also if the blood pressure is normal or not. Vital signs to consider is the general appearance, temperature, heart rate, which is the pulse. So TPR, temperature, pulse, respiration. Then we have a blood pressure, oxygen saturation, pulse oximetry, blood sugar level, and the pain score of the patient from the level 0 to 10 that should be noticed. All this is the vital signs. Important first step in the physical examination. Go for general appearance, look for the temperature, pulse, respiration, blood pressure, blood sugar level, oxygen saturation, and the score of the patient from 0 to 10. Glasgow Coma Scale, another vital sign we should go for. Visual acuity, ETCO2, fetal heart tones in case if the female is pregnant and they visited to the emergency room. Fetal heart tones are very important to observe or monitor. Peak flow. Bedside pulse oximetry, intraocular pressure, and compartment pressure. So again, these are all some vital signs to consider in emergency situation. Pulse specific to the physical examination. Be professional. Go slowly. Be gentle. Be sensitive. Be thorough, be thoughtful. Very, very important. Patient who is in emergency room, they are usually very nervous, afraid what's going on, what might can occur. So very, very sensitive to their feelings. Be very thorough. Don't miss anything. Go slowly, one by one, so you should not miss anything that might be important for the diagnosis or for the treatment. Be efficient. Differential diagnosis, which is important, history and physical examination. Careful review of vital signs, differential diagnosis should be established. It's important. Patient who comes with the shortness of breath, we need to differentiate quickly whether it is asthma or some other condition, or it is due to the heart failure or heart problem, because management is different for both condition and both can cause shortness of breath, difficulty in breathing. So it's important to differentiate important conditions which might be present as comprehensive as possible. Diagnostic testing, which can be done, lab studies, electrocardiography, radiological studies are performed. General treatment principles address the life-threatening conditions, address life threats first. That's why we have triage in the emergency room, which means that the patient who are more serious or who needs emergency management should be seen first. So patients who are not an emergency patient or does not need an emergency management, they need to wait until the emergency, even if they are the one who visited or come first. It's not the come first, seen first basis. It's the whoever is more serious or need emergency medicine, that's what will be seen first. So address life threats first. Patient's general appearance, vital signs, history of present illness, presenting illness. History of present illness is the history which the patient comes with, or what are the symptoms that leads to the visit to the emergency room. We should go for the present illness, history of present illness. Assessment takes less than 1 minute. We don't have much time to waste or spend in emergency room, in emergency situations. So quick review is very important. Risk stratification into sick or not sick, stable or unstable. So we need to quickly, within 1 minute, needs to differentiate whether the patient is sick or not sick, or whether the patient is stable or not stable. Patients who are not stable, it means they don't have pulse, very weak, feeble pulse, or maybe the absent pulse. They are not breathing. They are not conscious. These are all the situations that makes the patient very unstable, and they need to be managed in emergency. General treatment principles, attention to the ABCs, airway, breathing, circulation, airway, breathing, circulation. Basic CPR is required. If patient is not breathing, they have no pulse and they are, there is any obstruction. In trauma patient, we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A is for airway, B is for breathing, C is circulation, D is for disability, any neurological disability. E is for exposure, F is for Foley, G is for gastric decompression. So in cases, in patients with trauma, besides A, B, C, we need to go for any disability as a result of trauma, roadside accident, injuries, fall, whether there is any exposure to any chemical, anything. Foley should be inserted, gastric decompression should be performed. So these are the A, B, C, D, E, F, Gs of the traumatic patient. Histories and physical examination, abbreviated and more focused. Treatment initiated based on limited information. We don't have much information. We don't have detailed physical examination done. We don't have any detailed history done. So we need to start the treatment with very limited information. Quick assessment and treatment. Adequate pain control. Special patients are the one which are elderly, pediatric group, drug seekers, drug abusers, difficult patients. Lot of patients, they are not very easy to manage, difficult patients, frequent flyers, police custody patients, they are all the special patients. Violent patients. That concludes our section 2. Thank you for watching sqadia.com.